Welcome to Kubera, pow! And today we're discussing, can you become rich off of Bitcoin mining or altcoin mining? So, well, sorta. Yeah, you can become rich as with anything. The thing is, though, there's different, it's not the way you're thinking, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy a computer, even a very good computer, maybe a couple $1,000s that you put inside of this computer, just a sweet mining rig setup, okay? Leave it on for a couple months, mine some coins, cash in, maybe the price goes up, boom, you are a Bitcoin millionaire. Okay, so let's look at the past and let's explore who actually are millionaires. So most of these miners don't want to reveal like, oh yeah, shit, I made like $10 million because then the governments are like, oh, really? You made $10 million? Let me take 40% of that away because Uncle Sam needs those taxes, baby. Or, there's other countries that are even worse. But anyways, so there's a lot of miners who are hiding, but you can trace the wallets. You can look at some of the wallets out there, and there are wallets that have received millions of dollars of Bitcoin, especially the early ones, where it's just a lot of Bitcoins, just tens of thousands of Bitcoins, okay, passing through. And this was like from 2010, 2011, 2012, all this stuff. So most of these guys were probably miners. And at that point, like, they probably spent a lot of money on electricity, and they had probably multiple mining rigs. And, we're not sure exactly what kind of setups they had. But with the rising price of Bitcoin, like the drastic increase, of course, some of them must have profited a lot of money, especially these big operations. If you look at Ethereum, there's a lot of people who profited a lot from that. But the main thing is, with Bitcoin mining, well, okay, let's address Bitcoin mining first of all. If you were one of the first miners of it, and then, obviously with the price approaching like $3,000 now, if you held on to most of the Bitcoins, maybe sold a couple here and there, you paid for some bills, whatever. If you held on and now you sold it at this price, of course, you made a lot of money. And that would depend on how much Bitcoins you had. This would depend on how much you invest, how many rigs you had set up, how much you spent on electricity, all that stuff. But pretty much if you waited all these years and finally sold, yeah, if you had a lot, you could have been rich, like millions of dollars, okay? But those are the early guys, and it's like, as with anything, the more money you have, the easier it is to make money. So the people who were huge miners, just investing a lot of time and effort into that, they probably profited nicely. And with altcoins, with new altcoins, with Ethereum, with pretty much whatever other altcoin is out there that's not pre-mined already, because some are, so you kind of like, it doesn't really make sense. But with these new coins coming out, if someone really believes in it and then they start mining it and, they're helping out the community, all this stuff, and the coin does rise, not even like to Bitcoin's price, but like 1/100th of it, they're millionaires maybe, or at least a couple $100,000 if they invested right. But the thing is, choosing a coin that's going to be the next Bitcoin or the next Ethereum or Ripple or whatever it is, that's difficult. And most of this stuff takes years and years for it to just go into sync, okay? So if you're not one of the first people mining and you don't actually have a lot of money mining, there's not really much profit, and here's why. One of the main expenses is electricity. You spend a lot of money on electricity. Unless you have free electricity, which in that case, then that's interesting. Please tell me how you do that. But if you have free electricity, if you're taking it from your neighbor, or I don't know, you live at home with your parents. Actually, that's one thing. Like, if you live at home with your parents, and you might make a little bit, but with altcoins, not really with Bitcoin, because I'm sorry that you're kind of too late. Unless Bitcoin rises to like $100,000, which I'm not saying it can't, but most likely. Let's be realistic here. A lot of miners, especially those probably like the guys, the average miner out there who wants like one computer, one machine going, right? So your parts, there's the second expense. You need to spend a lot on good parts, because the faster your computer is, the more you mine, the better it is, right? The slower it is, it's going to glitch out, it's not going to work, maybe it's going to break even. And especially with these new parts, usually they only last a little bit, right? Only a couple months or even a year or two, whatever it is, and then boom, it fries. I mean, I just had a gaming computer, like, well, I didn't just had it, but like 3 years ago, I bought something, right? Black Friday deals. I was like, cool, this is amazing. I bought like a $2,000 gaming computer. The hard drive fried within like 2 months. The guy was amazed at the computer store, but he's just like, it happens. Then the water cooling system broke. Then the motherboard fried shortly after the hard drive, and this is all within a span of a couple months. And then there was another problem, I forgot, maybe with RAM or something. Anyways, so yeah, sometimes stuff just breaks. It just glitches out. Boom, lightning happens, or the electrical power grid, whatever it is, right? It breaks, you need new parts to continue the operation. So you combine electricity, new parts, and the thing is, most people don't have a lot of money that are going into this. So whatever you mine, you're probably spending that on the bills, or at least you're taking out bits and portions of it. Like, hopefully you're saving some, so that if the price goes up, you make a lot of profit. But most likely you are spending a good amount of these coins. So if you factor all those things into play, and especially like if you don't have a lot of these rigs, some people have entire basements, entire garages, entire just like warehouses full of this stuff, right? So that's the point where it starts to get a little crazy. Mining is profitable, but you need two things to happen. You need to be one of the first people there, because, hey, just like with anything else, once there is a point where you're kind of too late, okay? There's way too many others doing it, and at that point, it's just like, it's really not worth it, because there's not a lot of money. Like, technically, yes, you can make some money, but it's just, there's other things. It's not even about the money. It's about opportunity cost and time. Time is your most valuable asset, and what you're doing with your money. So if you do have money to invest, there's other more profitable ventures, especially with cryptocurrency. So with this, yeah, you also need the price to just go up like an insane amount. So with altcoins, certain altcoins like Ethereum was a recent example of stuff that went well. So it's not so much about making money, it's just about figuring out what you want to do. Maybe for some people, mining still is a good venture, but I wouldn't expect to become a millionaire overnight or even over a couple of years with this stuff. If you're looking for projects that will earn you money a little bit quicker, it's more about creating stuff. And on top of that, well, let's discuss another avenue you could actually go down. If you're super passionate about mining and you really like this stuff, it's all about being the first in a niche, in maybe a product or a service. So there are some people who made millions of dollars because they were the first Bitcoin miners or altcoin miners out there who were just like, wait, people need advice on this stuff. So they start YouTube channels, they start selling equipment, they start their own companies, they start offering services like online mining and all this stuff, which, by the way, we'll be talking about cloud mining and Genesis mining and all that stuff pretty soon. It's going to be an interesting video, so I'll definitely stay tuned for that, right? That's hopefully what you're saying. Please hit that like button and subscribe, or else you won't get free bajillion bitcoins, totally guaranteed. Yeah, so if you're the first of something and you create, you build a beautiful billion-dollar corporation conglomerate that takes over the world. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of power inside of that. No, but there's some miners in the past who have built companies. Now they're millionaires, driving Lamborghinis, spending their money on certain things I can't really address in this video. But yeah, so that's more a route I'd take. Or you can invest. Create social media blogs, websites, work on SEO. If you really like mining, there's so many things you could do revolving around the topic. It doesn't actually have to be mining. You could be a consultant. Oh, consultants make a lot of money. So anyways, my name is Kubera Mike. Yeah, that's my name. That's my name, definitely. So we shall be discussing BIP 91 pretty soon. And for now, everything's looking good. I mean, it's a good day in the crypto world. Peace.